Hey everybody, welcome back to a quick hit of Samp&Chance. Extreme Rules is in the book. Um, wow, what a really good show, man. Sorry, I am remiss. Chance Michaels, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
Pretty good, brother, man. I'm so excited to get this thing off the ground. I completely forgot you were sitting right beside me. Well, he's right beside me here. Extreme Rules, man. What did you think?
Good show. Yeah.
I think
Three.
it
I give it
delivered.
give it give it 3.5, 4 out of 5. It was really good. What
Yeah,
do you think?
same here. I mean, for the most part, I think the whole show itself flowed very well. There were moments there where kind of, just the tempo was down, but it picked up right away. So from
Hmm.
that perspective, yeah, 3.5, 4 stars easy for this show. The one thing that I really found the show to be like, it was just a really dark overtone to the whole kind of show itself. It felt like every outside of the Donnybrook match, which opened it up. So let's just get right into it. I mean, these six guys work so well together. Gunther has kind of revitalized Sheamus, I feel, in a lot of
I
ways.
think he
Like,
has too.
like these guys were meant to work together, it feels like. And the additions of Butch and the rest of the crew from both sides there. I don't know what to say, man. I mean, that
They
was
beat the
probably
crap out of each other. Is what
they
they do every
do,
time they fight.
no, and that's the thing. Like every match is just as good as the last one. It's not diminishing in any way. And I think that was probably the funnest match of the whole night. Like in terms of just like it was dark, but it wasn't dark. You know what I mean? It was just a
Yeah, I know what you mean.
good old
They
fashioned.
have great chemistry together. This feud's going to keep going, and I hope it does.
Yeah,
They
no.
got something special here.
I mean, it's been a while. Like it's hard to kind of imagine that Sheamus is a veteran, old school guy of the locker room now. you
Yeah.
know, Considering, I watched him when he first came in and what have you. And it's kind of
What's he
cool
been
to
around? About 10 years now? 15?
oh no, much longer than that. I mean, he was at I think his first WrestleMania was 26. So
Oh
he's
wow,
yeah, yeah, it's a good 12, 13 years, at least,
nice
somewhere in
run.
that range. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, if you take in um I guess NXT or whatever it was then, Florida Wrestling, I guess is what they were using.
FCW.
FCW, yeah, before it was NXT. Guy's been with the company for at least 10 to 15 years.
That says one thing about him. He's a true professional. To stick around that long, not get fired, not get released. He keeps seems like he just does what he's told and does a good job at it. So good for him.
Yeah, no, I mean, you think about it, it's like, the Miz would have to be put into there as well, and
Miz,
Dolph
John Cena. There's
Ziggler,
a few guys, but not many.
right? Yeah. So, so that match went down, and finally, it looks like the Brawling Brutes got there finally. They got one in the bag. I mean, they've been dominated by these guys for so long, and
Yeah,
but that match was amazing. I mean, a lot of people are saying that possibly was match of the night.
definitely. I
Um,
can't argue. That was definitely one of them.
yeah, I know, definitely. It was really good. Uh, Next match, the infamous number two spot. I'd love to talk about this a little bit more, maybe another day, but that number two spot, Chris Jericho really shit on it in a podcast earlier, talking about how he felt humiliated, and that was an insult to be
To
put
him,
in yeah, well, to him. Apparently that number two spot is not, everyone's favorite. Either you want to be the curtain guy or the curtain closer, you know what I mean?
what show was? I remember him saying that. What show was he particularly complaining about? Was it a WrestleMania or
I think
Raw?
it was a WrestleMania him and Owens had, the last WrestleMania
Okay.
that he was in. That's the one that he and Kevin Owens were gonna have their go at each other.
You know what's funny about that is guys will complain, oh, Vince guys keep the same guys as champ. And then they give you they bring you down in the spot and give you a chance to put a young guy over like Owens. These old guys complain about it. So it's like you can't keep everybody
Well,
happy, right?
you know what? I don't know. I'm kind of curious though. Is that number two spot, like, I mean, for him to talk about it the way he did, it almost makes me wonder. And I always forget to ask the guys, in the locker room when I have the opportunity to be there, or when we have the opportunity to be there.
Mhm.
That's something I need to ask. So in the next couple of days, we will be having someone on the show, and yeah, I'm not going to
Yeah,
spill the
we'll
beans
ask
on
them.
that.
Yeah,
We'll ask the guest that day. So remind me, Chance,
I
if
will.
I forget. All right, so the next match, Extreme Rules match for the SmackDown's Women's Championship. The reason I'm asking is Ronda Rousey is usually a headliner, right? She usually closes the show or what have you, but in this case, they put her in that infamous number 2 spot. Good match, I
It
gotta
was
say.
solid.
It was solid from both of them. I mean, Liv Morgan really showed a lot. The Swanton was
That was
insane
cool.
that she
On the
performed.
table there.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
crazy. But the match here ends in submission. She didn't tap out. She just passed out with a smile on her face. And we have a new SmackDown Women's Champion in Ronda Rousey.
I'm glad Ronda got it. I said that in our last podcast. I'm happy for her for getting it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think we're going to see a character change now for Liv here. After the show or after the match, they went to do an interview segment with her. She was kind of huddled up in a ball in a corner, in a dark corner. So her
Maybe she's gonna
Twitter,
go dark.
well, possibly because her Instagram and her social media feeds all kind of went dark. Like the picture was removed.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. So, maybe there's something happening here. And you know what? Keep that and remember what we just talked about here, because the same thing happens later on tonight.
Yeah.
Match I was really looking forward to, and I think it really delivered as well, was the strap match, which was up next. Karrion Kross against Drew McIntyre. These guys, I mean, before the match even started, these guys beat the shit out of each other for a good 10-15 minutes before that bell even rang. They gave these guys a long time.
What was it, 20 minutes? Something like
Yeah,
that?
over 20 minutes, including
was a long one.
before the bell even started or whatnot. Solid back and forth. I almost get a sense that Drew might turn heel here soon, man. He's on a bit of a losing streak. He lost this match due to the inside interference of one Scarlett Bordeaux or Scarlett.
They beat the crap out of each other, man. Those straps.
They did, man. That did. But
see the welts on your body.
Yeah, I know. At the end of the day, though, pepper spray got its way. And that's what the downfall was here for Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
He was ready to win it. He was all set. Everything was in his favor. She jumps in the ring, stands in between the two of them, sprays him with pepper spray. That allows Karrion to get the victory. And
big win for Karrion. He's just starting out, so it's a good win to put him over.
No, well, that's the way it should have been the first time he came up. Like Vince didn't know what to do with him.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't really know what he had with him. And it just didn't work out that time. Obviously, they just brought him up the wrong way. And yeah, this is the right way to do it. And but women interfering in matches seems to be very commonplace in WWE now. Okay,
Yeah.
When you look at Judgment Day and Scarlett now, like it just feels like it's just an overpowering effect. Like you can't do anything yet.
Well, that's a Stephanie McMahon effect coming down there.
Wow, I just really felt it in this show as we get further into it, because coming right up after that, we had the ladder match with Bianca Belair and Bayley. You know what? This was an amazing ladder match. These girls
It was good.
Hard. I mean, those hits were for real, man. I mean,
yeah, they did some big wallops in this one.
How about the end here where she KO'd her while Bayley was holding on to the ladder? She face planted herself. Like that's gotta hurt at some level.
She felt that one. Absolutely.
Right? These girls gave it everything. And at the end here, Bianca came out with the victory. I think it was the right way to go.
I'm glad you
deserved it. And again, this like the outside interference, you would just think with Damage Control coming out there and whatnot, that was the end of that. But Bayley unfortunately didn't get her way in this one, and Bianca showed that she can take them all, man. That was just wow. I was just impressed by that match. Like
I was too. It was really good.
I just didn't know what to expect. Like Money in the Bank is one thing. You got 7 of the girls in there, so the spots are far and in between. But these two were just the main focus of it. So kudos to them both. I mean, that was the first ladders match ever by 2 women.
That was the first one.
First one ever. Right. And this is where Bayley's like, I don't think gets enough credit, man. She's a first in a lot of these.
One thing about Bayley, I wish she'd change her clothes every Raw. She's wearing the same white outfit. Somebody needs to tell her, hey, switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. Well, let's see what she wants to do, right? But it was really interesting. This was one Extreme Rules where every match had a stipulation, eh?
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it's been a while. been a while. I mean, it's done really well, but I mean, this is where I think it starts to get really dark for me here. This I Quit match was just it was kind of almost hard to watch near the end.
You think so?
For me personally, just because you look at all the storylines that are kind of in this now and all the
Yeah.
things that are involved and the power of Rhea Ripley. I mean, that's just an untold story. I mean, it's being told, but I don't think it's getting enough attention. Like
As I
this
was saying
woman-
before, you're really seeing the Stephanie McMahon stamp of all the girl power, the women power, women interfering in men matches, women. She's really pushing that.
No,
It's all
no, yeah,
Steph.
I get it. But the way this one was done, because there were other women involved finally. It wasn't
Mhm.
just her.
Yeah.
But just the way this whole match played out, and basically the match itself was solid. It was a
It was
basic
good.
one-on-one match for the most part until Edge basically had this thing in the bag and it was over. He delivered about 2 to 3 spears at this point. And these guys fought out everywhere. They fought in the crowd, they went up right up into the stands. There was a couple spots where you're like, oh no, don't do this, but they didn't do it, thank God. It's just like there was
They
that
made you
one.
think they were, but they didn't. Yeah,
Oh
got a little,
wow,
keep you on the edge of
right?
your seat.
Yeah, like and they really delivered that amazingly. Kudos to Edge and Finn.
Yeah.
Storytelling and the expressions here, the movement, the art of it all was just amazing to watch. But at the end here, when Judgment Day finally emerges, all of them, and they start beating down on the handcuffing. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They handcuffed Edge and just beat the tar out of him. Thinking, okay, this is it. This has got to be the
Yeah.
end. Ray comes out. Dominic finally hits him.
You knew it was coming.
You knew it was coming, but I didn't think it was coming tonight. Like they dropped a lot in this match.
Ray still hasn't hit him back though.
He's not hit him back, but that beating that Dominic did on him, the number he did on him outside the ring. But I
You got
think
him doing good.
but the eerie part of it all for me was watching just Rhea's expression. Just sitting up against the wall there, just looking and
Well, Rhea's
smiling and
got
clapping.
she's a goth, right? She's got that dark, demonic, satanic feel, vibe, look. She fits the role perfectly.
It's
I think it's very
beautiful
natural
to
for her.
No, it is, and it's beautiful to watch. And Dom, he just looks even more evil.
Yeah, with that hair, the mullet,
The
and
hair
stuff
and
he's got,
everything,
yeah.
like the morphing of this character, the look of this character is just insane. Like and that polished, I think it's polished now to the extent after he beat up Ray, just that look on his face, right? But it doesn't end there. So you get rid of Ray, and they're about to go to town. They go back to Edge and start beating on him. Enter Beth Phoenix. She comes out of nowhere. I'm just
Amazon.
finally, right? Like, where has she been all this time? Or you would think she would have been here earlier.
Yeah.
She comes in, she cleans house, she takes out Rhea, which was really cool to see. These two just started exchanging blows in the center of the ring. I think that'd be a real fun fight to see down the road.
You might see it.
I think you're gonna have to see it as the way this ended, right? And this is where it kind of gets cringy. She unlocks him, everything is going seemingly smooth again.
Yeah.
But the numbers game is just way too much. Rhea comes in, knocks out Beth Phoenix with a pair of brass knuckles. So she's legitimately knocked out. They all grab Edge. And he says, no, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to quit. They set up the concerto on fucking Beth right in front of him. He finally gives in, says, I quit. But Rhea hits her with the chair shot anyways. And just the way it was done. I know
It was well done. I think
it was just,
it was one of the best. I think the second best match of the night when you add everything into it.
yeah, no, definitely. It was just really fun to watch. Wow, like
it looks like Ray and Edge need to recruit some partners to help them out.
They're gonna do something here, man, because I mean, this numbers game thing is just way too much.
Gonna get Bray Wyatt to join him or something, maybe.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens there, but I just don't see how Bray's gonna fit into that. That doesn't make any sense.
No, not if he's going for the dark look.
No. I mean, if anything, yeah, I'm not sure what they're gonna do there, but I mean, they got to find some friends. They got to find someone to help them, man, because it's just I don't really see how they can come out of that victorious in any shape or form. I mean, Yeah, that was just
Somebody's
brutal
gonna
to
join.
watch.
Who, I don't know, but something's gonna happen.
Well, something's gonna happen, but let's find out. Let's see where they go with that story.
Yep.
That's nowhere near ending. I think they're doing that perfectly too. If that's the match you want to see is Ray and Dominic at Mania, you can't move it too fast.
Yeah, it's got to go slow. Yeah, because
You
May's still
still,
what 3-4 months away.
oh, definitely, right? I mean, you still got,
6
you know,
months. Yeah,
6 months away, right? So I mean, you still got 1, 2, 3, 4 shows, 5 shows to go before.
they could do it at Rumble, I guess, but might be too soon.
Well, no, that's when you want to start feeding it, right? That's when the
Yeah.
big push will come at Royal Rumble. That's where it will happen or something. Something like that will happen there. Well, here we are. Final match of the night. You got the
And
big
match
fight.
of the night, in my opinion.
Sorry?
I think this is match of the night.
The Seth Rollins versus
Riddle.
Matt Riddle with
What do you think?
Daniel Cormier. To be honest,
I every time you see Seth, I always talk about his gear. He came on the RVD gear. That's kind of cool, right?
yeah, the tribute to RVD, so I mean, it was a good match, and I think a lot of it was really stiff in general. Like, I mean, as it's known, these guys aren't particularly, good friends as it is. So, I was kind of watching it to see, okay, how much of this is really stiff and how much is legitimate. Like, but I mean, they worked really well together. They're
They
professionals.
got good chemistry.
They got great chemistry. I mean, it was a good fight. It was kind of cool to see the ring set up the way it was. I don't know if that second platform was necessary, but I can get it for the theatrics and the drama.
The
and
visual of
whatnot.
it, yeah, visually,
The visual
right?
of
Looks
it,
something
yeah.
different.
But it was just like a square octagon in essence, right? I mean, it was kind of cool to see. It was fun. A cage match without ropes.
Yeah. It's too bad that Rollins keeps losing in most of these pay-per-views. I guess they're tearing him down and bring him back up. Maybe he's got a title run in him coming soon. I don't know, but he seems to lose most of his matches. I know he beat one Riddle last time, but if you look at his last matches, he keeps losing. And did you hear what he said in that interview? Wins and losses don't matter anymore. Nobody pays attention, basically,
Well,
because
if
of
you
our short
look
attention
at,
span.
well, here, you're a big Shawn Michaels guy, correct?
Yeah.
They called him Mr. WrestleMania, yeah?
Yeah.
He lost most of the WrestleMania matches that he was involved in. It was
No,
just
I get that, but
no, but that's the same with Seth. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything negative. All I'm saying is Seth Rollins is in that kind of echelon of performer now, where even if he loses on the big stages and stuff, it doesn't hurt him. It never hurt Shawn because of who he is and what he brings to the table, right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I don't think Seth's quite on Shawn's level, though, right?
No. Well, I mean, you got to give him time. I mean, I'm talking, when you look at Shawn Michaels, it's over, many years, a scope of work that we're looking at, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to think about who's today's current Shawn Michaels like character, it would be Seth Rollins.
That would be the closest thing, yeah.
That's the kind of, that's what I'm trying to
But
say.
Seth's getting up there. He's already 36 years old, right? So I mean, his prime is a couple more years left.
Fine. I think he's fine. No. You know what? The way these guys are built today and whatnot, he's got at least another 4 or 5 years in him.
Oh no, he does.
5, 10 years, like, even 10 if he wants to, right?
He could, but I'm saying like his peak performance and peak ability is like the next few years. So he can stick around for 10, 15 years, like the best days. But 35 and down to your best times, right?
No. Yeah. So he's got lots of time here, man. Like I said, he is going to be going up against Bobby Lashley on Monday Night Raw for the US title. So, I mean, his story-line is.
I don't get the booking with this. So he just fights. He fights Lashley what fought last Raw.
2 Raws ago.
2 Raws, okay. And then now he has an Extreme Rules match with Riddle, and now he's fighting Lashley again tomorrow. So it's kind of all over the place. I'm not sure what they're doing with that.
Because he attacked him. He came out of nowhere and attacked Lashley, right? Because
no, I know, but he's got it's almost like he's got two feuds going on, right?
Well, I mean, I think this one's kind of closing up now because it's been done. The pit's over, like that's done.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to think about it, because they don't have a heavyweight champion on Raw, the biggest title on Raw right now would be the US Championship, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're just kind of moving him up into this next program. I get what you're saying. It kind of came out of nowhere, but it's all due to the fact that Riddle interfered in the match that caused them to lose.
Yeah.
Right. And he feels like I never lost that match, sort of a deal. So that's why he attacked Lashley last week. That's what it is. I just saying so people know, right? So but then
because Crown Jewel is only 3 weeks away, right? So we'll see.
Well, I mean, you got Logan Paul going against him, right? So I mean,
speaking of Logan Paul, thank you for bringing that up. I forgot wanted to mention that. So Logan Paul and KSI, most people don't know, they have this drink out.
Okay.
It's called Prime, which is like a Gatorade. They only got it at certain stores. And my kid, Rains, was telling me about that. He's like, Dad, Logan Paul and KSI have a sport drink. It's like Gatorade. It's Prime, but I like it better. Try it. Now, it is $6.99 a bottle. It ain't cheap, but man, is it good.
Is it?
It's called Prime. It's available, like, not at every gas station, but some of the, like, you know, Mr. Munchie's convenience stores, some of those kind of places have them. It's really good. All the flavors of Gatorade, I think it even tastes better. It's,
Okay.
yeah, it's Logan Paul and KSI. It's called Prime.
All
So
right.
thanks
Cool.
for bringing that up.
Yeah,
So
check it
bring
out.
up.
Check it out. All right.
Yeah.
So as Daniel Cormier, the show ends with Daniel Cormier walking to the back with Matt Riddle with his hand raised. And all of a sudden the lights go out. And the Fireflies emerge, my friend. The return of Bray Wyatt. It's unreal. A bit
Yeah, it was
surreal.
cool. Cool the way they brought him out.
The way they did it, they paid the tribute to Brody Lee with the opening of the door and that light. It's very reminiscent to what he was doing near the end there with AEW. Wyatt's back, man.
That's good. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully now he's hot. Everybody's excited. Let's hopefully he gets they keep give him a good welcome back. I don't know what his program's going to be, what they're going to do, but it was a hell of an entrance though.
I loved how they did it, man. I mean, every
Good.
aspect of it. Just so I'm sure most of you guys have already seen it. If you haven't, they just basically did a quick shot of every one of his little puppet characters that he has at the Firefly Funhouse. But they were people dressed up in the costumes, right? So they were all legit people.
He came out with a new mask.
He came out with a new mask. The Fiend was there. So I don't know if this is Bray Wyatt. I don't know if it's Funhouse Bray Wyatt or the Fiend even. So I'm kind of curious to see what this guy is going to be now, right? And
who's he going to feud with? What's he going to do? We're going to see. Hopefully they keep it. Because it's hot right now, so they got to run with this.
Well, I mean, they got to run with it, but he's the kind of guy as well. He doesn't need a title around his waist to keep him hot. You know, you got to find the right feud for him. I think, like I said, and I don't know if this is going to be a possibility, but if you look at it, if he's going to create a new faction, Cross, Scarlett, Dexter, and him would be a great faction.
That might be too many dark factions. We already got the Judgment. Do you need another dark faction, two of them? Really?
I don't know, man.
Too
He's the darkest of all the darkest, man.
No, I know. I hear you.
Right? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, he makes the Judgment Day look like a sunshiny day.
Yeah, no, I agree. Maybe he joins them.
I don't see how that would work, though. That makes no sense. But let's see.
Nothing makes sense in wrestling sometimes. You never know.
Never know.
I'm glad he's back. The only thing I'm wondering if all these guys that were let go or fired or released are all back now. There's some like an 8. Well, like some of the guys that they're bringing back. What I'm wondering is the same thing that happened to AEW, bringing all these guys that got released for a reason, a little bit of troublemakers. Is this all going to work out? Or are we going to have some?
I think no. I don't think it's going to be like that at all. Only for the fact that out of the 50 to 100 people they released, we've only seen maybe 7 of them return.
Yeah,
the ones that have returned, my brother Chance, are the ones that everyone questioned. Why would you like? Okay, you're going to release people, fine. These weren't the ones to release.
Well, we know why Braun got released. He's not vaccinated. He can't travel. We're not paying you. So I agree. He should have been gone.
Right. Okay. Well, besides Braun, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, the thing is, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We don't know. I'm not saying Bray's a good or bad. I don't know. There was a reason he would be released. If he was like that good, he wouldn't be released. I'm not saying he's not good. There's always reasonings for it.
He was released because him and Vince didn't see eye to eye on a lot of the creative.
So that's what I'm saying. So who knows? He doesn't pull this with Triple H again. We don't know yet.
No. Him and Triple H got along just fine.
They do now. But we'll see how it plays out.
It was more of a Vince and Bray.
No, I agree. But what I'm saying is these guys got a little bit of attitude, and we'll see in a few months if he doesn't get his way, how his attitude comes.
Well, let's find out. Like I said, man, day by day.
I like him as a performer, but it's got to be more than meets the eye with this. Well, I'm thinking we'll see.
You know what? He's only been back for 10 minutes.
Oh no, it's not. It's going to be a while. I'm just saying.
Going to give a little time.
Braun and Bray.
We don't even know where he's going to be. Is he going to be on SmackDown? Is he going to be on Raw? Is he going to be on both shows? Right. No. So there's still a lot to kind of.
But what I'm saying is, when Tony Khan tries to appease all these guys, I see Triple H doing the kind of the same thing. He's trying to appease everybody. the internet wrestling community, the dirt sheet riders, all these performers are let go. He's trying to appease everybody. And eventually that backfires on me. I hope it doesn't, but that's kind of what I'm seeing could potentially happen here after Christmas and stuff. We'll see what happens.
Well, like I said, day by day, let's see where this all goes
Yeah,
and see
it
how
was
it
a
all
good show
plays
though.
out.
Overall, it was really entertaining.
I loved it. I thought Extreme Rules hit the spot. It was perfect. It was a lot of fun. Can't
Good.
complain. I'm looking forward to Monday night now to see where everything kind of goes from here.
DX, that's the best part I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah,
the reunion.
the 25-year reunion for DX is going to be happening this Monday as well. So
Fun.
make sure to check that out. We will be back Tuesday to let you know what happened on Raw, any more Bray Wyatt stories, and all the top wrestling stories of the week so far. We will share with you guys on Tuesday. So guys, enjoy the rest of this long weekend that we have here. It's still summer here in Vancouver. No sign of it getting cold anytime soon, Chance.
Lucky.
Next week or so here, we're still in the mid 25 range for a high. So man, I love it. Haven't had to put on a jacket yet.
We're so blessed to live in the lower mainland.
No, absolutely. So big shout out to the Mariners who took care of those Toronto Blue Jays. Moving on to Houston. That's going to be a fun series. Your Yankees got the Guardians, right?
Yeah, Guardians they're a young, scrappy team. I don't know, man. It's not going to be easy.
Well,
Yankees are the favorite, but you never know. You got teams like the Mariners and the Guardians. They could just take these big boys and take them down. You never know.
Yankees are the Yankees, man. Never say never, right? I mean,
yeah, they're the favorite, but I mean, it's not going to be easy.
There you go. All right, brother, man. On that note, enjoy. Have a great rest of your weekend. And to everyone out there, thank you for all your support and kindness. Yeah, it means the world to us. I'm Bobby Sampson. He's Chance Michaels.
And in the words of the great AC/DC, those that download, like, subscribe, and share the podcast, we salute you.
We do salute you. And in the words of Ed Whalen, in the meantime and in between time, that's it for Samp&Chance. Everyone have a great rest of your weekend, and we will be back soon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.